What is up, Bold Nation, and welcome to my Scorpion build. This build, guys, it's gonna make you light everything on fire. I'm gonna show you guys how powerful this build is. You can literally one-shot almost everything in the game. So you guys see this giant right here? We are gonna one-shot him very fast and very easily. You're gonna see what we're gonna be doing right now, and you are gonna notice the amount of power we're gonna be pulling out of this guy. You're gonna be like, damn, bro, how do you do that? So check this out, guys. One hit, that's all it takes. One hit, down he goes. Down he goes. He doesn't even have a chance. 3,000 damage on one hit, guys. Now, in addition to that, I'm also going to show you guys how to restore your FP when actually doing that. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested, hit that like button like your mama taught you right, and then I'm going to give you guys this complete build. Where do you need to get the stuff, and how do you put it together? All right, so how do we put this build together, and exactly what are we doing to actually cause this amount of damage? I'm going to show you guys what the sword does normally without me doing any damage so you guys can get a better idea, and then I'm going to break down and explain exactly what we're doing each thing one by one so you can know what you're doing. Because when I put builds together, I like you to understand them instead of just, be like, oh, copying and paste. I want you to understand exactly what's going on. So we're going to hit him right there. He does 2,323 damage. It's going to take 2 sword swipes to actually do it. So how do I actually go about making it just to one complete sword? That's what we're going to be talking about today, and all the equipment we're going to need. So the main thing that's going to be putting this build together, guys, of course, it is going to be our sword. That's going to be the one that's going to make everything happen for us, because that's going to be the only thing we're probably going to be using. Now, I would recommend to pick the sword up as quickly as you possibly can, because you want to level it up as fast as possible. This particular sword is really important because it's going to do that amount of damage with the fire. In addition to that, it's going to be the one that you're going to be using throughout everything, okay? I have a video showing you guys exactly where to pick up the sword. I would put it in this video, but it is a very long quest, so watch that video after you get done with this one. The next thing we're actually pairing this weapon up with is with this sword right here called the Sword of Milos. Now, this particular sword, the reason we're using it is because every time we use the sword, it's going to consume FP. So as you guys notice right here, it's going to cost 30 FP to actually use this. What this is going to allow us to do, it's going to allow us to be able to get that FP back, because after every successful kill, it's going to give us 5% FP. I know it's not a lot, but when you're killing multiple enemies, it actually adds up. And I also have a video on how to get this sword as well. It is a pretty extensive quest, so I didn't want to put it up in this video. Now, what we're doing actually to get even more damage is, of course, applying our talisman. And this is called the Fire Scorpion Charm. Basically, what this is going to allow us to do, it's going to allow us to raise the fire attack by lowering the damage negation. Now, damage negation is not really important, because with this build, you do not want to be up close with the enemy. You actually want to keep your distance. I'm going to explain why in a little bit, because a talisman is going to actually play a key factor on this. Now, this is going to allow us to raise the fire attack, but it's going to lower our damage negation. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be keeping our distance. I also have a video on how to get the Fire Scorpion Charm, so make sure you guys check out that video as well. Next up, guys, we have the Ritual Swords Talisman. Now, this particular talisman is going to allow you to raise your attack power when your HP is at maximum. So, like I said, since this is going to allow us to make sure we output a lot of damage, we want to make sure our health is constantly up every single time. I'm going to give you 2 viable options to actually do that, so you could constantly have your health every single time, and allowing you to take advantage of this particular talisman. In addition to that, guys, we're also going to be using the God-free icon. This is going to enhance charge spells and also skills. Now, you don't really need this one, but I do have a video on how to pick this one up. It does help a little bit with the boost. If you don't have this one, you could actually go with the Karen Filgrid Crest, which is going to lower your FP consumption for skill, which should be pretty important if you guys don't have a really high FP count. It should be coming very in handy. So you could probably go that route if you do not want to enhance the skill even further, because you're still able to one-shot once you get everything together. Next up, we're going to do the Warrior Jar Shard. Now, this particular shard is going to allow you to boost the attack power of your skills. And this one's actually pretty easy to get. I'm going to show you guys exactly where to go get it. Once you kill Redhead on this one, you're going to head to the location where you kill him. And right off the site, there's going to be a jar guy kind of talking, or NPC. Now, you could do his questline to get the same amount of, the same amount of talisman. But if you actually kill him instead of doing his questline, if you want to do the questline, do the questline. If you don't want to do the questline, just kill him, and you'll be able to pick this up without having to do the complete questline. And that's going to allow you to boost the attack power of your skills. So when we put all of this together, we get that amount of power. Now, in order to enhance this better, guys, we have this one right here, which is called the Riker's Great Ruin. This is going to allow you to restore HP upon attacking enemies. Really important because you want to keep that HP up so you could be doing more damage every time you're doing it. This is a must need. I also have a video on how to pick this one up as well, so definitely do check it out when you have it. Now, talking about that, we have one more thing that we're going to be using to make this even better. We're going to be using our Mixed Wonders Physics, and we're actually going to be using the Flame Shotting Cracking tier, which is going to temporarily boost fire attacks in Mixed Physics. So really important, allowing us to boost and do a ton of amount of damage. Now, what are we going to do to actually make this even better? We're going to be using some spells, and these particular spells are this one, the Flame Grant Me Strength. This specific spell, it's going to allow you to raise your physical and fire affinity attack power. So that means anytime you use fire, you're going to get that enhanced. I believe this lasts 60 seconds if I'm correct. And we're also going to be using the Golden Vow, which is going to increase the attack and defense for self and allies. Really important to use. At the end of the video, I will have on where to actually go to pick these up. So you're more than welcome to stay to the end of the video and see where you pick these two, pretty much these two incantations up really fast and really easily. Now, we're going to put everything together because when I first played the video, I only showed you guys using those two. Now, if we actually apply everything that we got, which is going to be our Flask and Wonders Physics, if we apply our Rune, which we're going to apply right now, we're going to apply first, we're going to apply that, we're going to apply this as well, okay? That's two of them right there. We're also going to apply our Rune here, which is going to be here, our Flask, and now we're going to go ahead and use our sword, and use our incantation right here. You're going to see the damage here, guys. 3,846,000 damage, guys. 3,646 damage. Now, I could even raise that even higher if I actually had and spend more points in my leveling system to my stats. If I increase the mind, it's going to give me, of course, more FP. But if I also increase what the weapon needs to make it more damageable, if I increase my faith, it's going to do even more damage. Now, if I had this particular sword to level 10, it would do even more damage because the fire would go even higher. So this build could pretty much do a ton more damage if you guys put more points to faith, more points to strength, and if you also go ahead and level this weapon up, you will be doing massive amount of damage. So the way you actually want to play with this, guys, whenever you're doing a boss battle, you're going to want to make sure you use your incantations before you go and fight. So you're going to use both incantations. These should last you for a total of 30 to 40 seconds each one. And once you're fighting ads, you don't have to use these incantations. That's only if you want extra more damage. If you really want to fight a hard boss and want to do a ton of damage, use both incantations. Make sure you guys use your Flask of Wonder Fixes to boost that firepower. And bing bada bing, you guys are good to go. Make sure you have your Mill of Sword to get your FP back consumption. And you guys should be able to do a ton of damage with this Scorpion build. I do hope you guys are enjoying our builds because they do take quite a long time to actually make. So if you are, guys, hit that like button like your mama taught you, right? Don't forget to drop in the comments if you have any questions regarding the builds or suggestions. And if you want to see another build regarding any type of armor, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.